Gentlemen and ladies, hold the presses. This just in.
Greetings all my fellow James Bond fans and welcome back to the channel. And do you know what? Some news today that I thought we would never ever get in our entire lives has come out today, and to be honest, my reaction is still in a state of what has just happened. This has been one of the most seismic shifts in the Bond franchise. I mean, this is something, you know, when we talk about the battle between Kevin McClory, we talk about the issues with Harry Saltzman and when Howard Broccoli took full control over. We talk about when Barbara took over with Michael. This is right up there, but I think this has to be one of the biggest of all times. This, to me, in the world of the ever-changing plates of James Bond, is like a volcano, tornado, an ice age, earthquake, just all happening together. This is the most massive news. And I'm going to say it right here, everyone. I think this is news I never ever expected was going to happen, and I'm still sort of just reeling over it and just processing it. So earlier today, about 2:30, I was taking a bit of a late lunch, and suddenly a notification came up on a WhatsApp group that I'm a part of, which made me have this reaction. So Eon and Amazon made this joint statement on their website, social media, and it read thusly. Amazon MGM Studios, Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli today announced that they have formed a new joint venture to house the James Bond intellectual property rights, and those parties will remain co-owners of the franchise under the terms of the new venture. Amazon MGM Studios will gain creative control of the James Bond franchise following closing of the transaction. So essentially, everyone, what this means going forward is Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson, they're not in charge of the Bond franchise anymore. They're not the producers. This is going to take all that creative control of the Bond franchise and put it all on Amazon. Amazon are now fully in the driver's seat. They control James Bond. It's just still owned by the Broccoli family and Eon Productions. This is massive. I mean, come on. I don't think anyone truly, really suspected this was going to happen. Right? So the quote goes on that since his theatrical introduction over 60 years ago, James Bond has been one of the most iconic characters in filmed entertainment, says Mike Hopkins, head of Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios. We are grateful for the late Albert R. Cubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman for bringing James Bond to movie theatres around the world, and to Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli for their unyielding dedication and their role in continuing the legacy of the franchise that was cherished by legions of fans worldwide. We are honoured to continue the treasured heritage and look forward to unearthing the next phase of legendary 007 for audiences around the world. So right off the bat here, everyone, this to me is the starting pistol. This truly is, I think, the big bang that starts the development of Bond 26. We will look back on this in future times and say this was the moment that truly Bond 26 got kicked in the action. And I've mentioned this in a couple of WhatsApp group chats and some Facebook comments I've made across the whole day here, but I really have to say this right now. All bets are off, fellas. We just don't know what is going to happen. It's wild, wild west. We have no idea what to expect, what we should think about what's going to happen, and to be honest, my mind is just racing with the possibilities here. Finally, we had two comments from Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli, with Michael G. Wilson saying, with my 007 career spanning nearly 60 incredible years, I am stepping back from producing the James Bond films to focus on art and charitable projects. Therefore, Barbara and I agree it is time for our trusted partner Amazon MGM Studios to lead James Bond into the future. And Barbara Broccoli said, my life has been dedicated to maintaining and building upon the extraordinary legacy that was handed to Michael and me by our father, producer Cubby Broccoli. I had the honour of working closely with 4 tremendous talented actors who played 007 and thousands of wonderful artists within the industry. With the conclusion of No Time to Die and Michael retiring from the films, I feel it's time to focus on my other projects, commented Barbara Broccoli. So really, this I think solidifies what a lot of people were thinking was actually that Barbara was actually more focused and more interested in making the other projects like a Daniel Craig or Fellow film, and I have to eat a bit of crow here because I still think she cares deeply about the franchise, but she clearly wants to move on and do other things here. And I think that this deal And I've had a bit of time to reflect on it since the initial shock here, and I'm going to go into a bit of a tribute to those two later and a bit more about things, but I think this is actually the best move for James Bond. I think at the moment we've been stuck in such a limbo of when is the next film come out, what it's going to be like, what's happening here, and all sorts of things, and I think it puts to rest any rumours about any actor who might have been considered for it potentially. Because now I think with Amazon in the, if you will, driver's seat, we're going to get many more films coming down the line, and I think even more so, which I'm going to go into right now. As I mentioned in the title of this video, I've mentioned in group chats all throughout the day, all bets are off, fellas. I don't know what's going to happen. This is so uncharted territory. This is the first time that the Broccoli family basically have not been in charge of the franchise. You know, is Amazon finally going through the idea of creating, if you will, the Bondverse? Are we going to have feature big theatrical movies? Are we going to have spin-off TV shows? Are we going to have more stuff like 007 Road to the Minute? What is going to happen? Are we going to have more video games? Is there going to be more merchandise? Is this going to be great? Is this going to help Bond reach much more of a wider audience and certainly a younger audience? Just, we don't know. And this is just, it's just balmy, this whole situation. I'm really trying to think about it so much and process so many ideas and thoughts are going through my head as I make this video. Literally, this is so off the cuff. I just can't imagine this ever happening, and yet it has happened. I'm going to be fair as well. I am a bit nervous about this because this is such uncharted territory. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, with a new potentially producers, new writers, new directors, I mean, yeah, it is really exciting about the possibilities here, but we've had this whole family for generations knowing how to make great Bond films, and now we're going to basically give it to someone else to do. I mean, this is actually, I think, a bit scary, but at the same time, rather exciting, I feel. You know, we might even get some new writers, no disrespect to Neil Pearson and Robert Wade, but I think the franchise needs some new, fresh voices in here. You know, when it comes to casting Bond, all bets are off again, who it could be. You know, a lot of people maybe counted out Henry Cavill for being aged. We don't know. Maybe Amazon decide, hey, we want something a bit more stable and someone we know who will be really great in the project. We're going to hire him. It's just balmy, everyone. There's so many different things running through my head. I mean, will we get more video games? Will this help release old video games back online for people to play? You know, when are we going to get the new James Bond film? I don't know. Are Amazon going to speed rush it? Are they going to take their time still? You know, flip a coin. What's going to happen here? It's so exciting. At the same time, so much stuff running through my head. Do you know what? I think I'm going to end on this. This is really exciting and it is nervous, and I'm definitely expecting some news about Bond 26 very, very soon. But I want to give a bit of a tribute here to Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli, two people who are very much heroes in my heart. They have been just incredible people running the James Bond franchise. Gave me Pierce Brosnan James Bond, gave me Goldeneye, gave me my first James Bond film I ever watched, gave me Skyfall, I think No Time to Die, Casino Royale, World's Not Enough, Tomorrow Never Dies. Yes, we did have clunkers like Quantum and, you know, Spectre, etc., and Die Another Day, to be fair, even though I love it as a guilty pleasure. But, you know, you've got to look back at their tenure as one of actually great success. They carried on the legacy and they did take bold risks and they did great stuff. I think as time went on, you could tell they're getting tired. But you know what? Maybe this is a really great sign here. And they deserve their knighthoods, their damehoods. Just thank you so much, Barbara and Michael, for all the work you've done. And you know, we in the Bond community, we will support the new regime. We will wish it well. We will hope it does well. We will be there still to support James Bond. I promise you, we will not suddenly just go away here. So everyone, yeah, that is my quick initial reaction, folks. It's so scatterbrained. I really don't know truly what to think about it. It's just, the mind is still really boggling and reeling with these. But you know what? This will help me. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts and feelings about this. How are you approaching the news? Oh, just, there's so much discussion here to go through. I know, it's so exciting. Anyway, my name's Henry and I'm the Bond Geek, and I can't wait to talk to you about it more. See you on the next video.